I'll probably die as a nobody. Knowing this doesn't scare me like it used to, but I know it scares a lot of people. You might think I'm a little crazy, but don't worry, I'm not insane. Maybe I am. Though many of us might secretly want to be known as a somebody, to have the fame, lights, and money, but it isn't always a blessing. Here's why being a nobody can actually sometimes be a blessing. Let's first start by looking at what is the meaning of the word somebody. According to the Oxford Dictionary, it says that somebody means either someone or a person of importance or authority. But I believe for each of us, the meaning of being a somebody varies. What does being a somebody mean to you? And the answer actually reveals a lot about one's values. Often, the media highlights the rich, famous, beautiful, and powerful. Movie stars, musicians, professional athletes, and entrepreneurs. The Hollywood A-listers and the Silicon Valley rock stars. The moguls and the trendsetters. But is money, fame, or beauty the real measure of significance of being a somebody? It's not wrong to want to be a somebody, but who is somebody to God? As we ponder on this question, let's have a look at what is wrong with being a nobody. Is there really anything wrong with living a simple, carefree existence devoted to oneself, one's family, one's community? Is it really problematic if the only change we strive to make is small? Should we really be ashamed if we don't desire fortune and fame? And can we still leave a mark, still make our existence worthwhile if it's only a small and simple one? When I was a kid, I suffered from really low self-esteem. I walked with a slouch on my back, had barely any friends, hated every part of my being. Yep, that was me. As I entered into university, I started to slowly love myself little by little. The process of learning to love myself is probably going to be a lifelong journey, but I'm okay with that. Progress over perfection, right? In 2013, two model scouts approached me, told me I should join a beauty pageant. They said I have the looks, height, and intelligence for it. My response? I laughed. At that point, I thought they must be crazy. But secretly, I did wonder to myself, what if they were right? What if I could actually be a beauty queen, earn well, give my family a better life? Fast forward 1 year later, I finally had the courage to submit an application to join Miss Universe Malaysia. And to my surprise, I actually made it all the way to the final top 12. Even now, hearing myself say it still sounds kinda surreal and crazy. At that moment, I thought, okay, so I got eliminated, life will go back to normal. Again, a nobody. But just by that little airtime on TV, publicity on newspapers and magazines, there were a few people who knew who I was even as I was walking on the street, which was mind-blowing. At first, it feels kind of cool, I admit, but after a while, here's what really goes down. Firstly, you lose your privacy. Anything you do or say, or even mistakes that you make, gets discussed, analyzed, exaggerated, and shared with the whole world. Secondly, with more status, a higher level of expectation gets placed onto you, from how you look, what you wear, how you speak, right down to what you eat. Next, there is no switch off button for this life. Anytime you're outside, everywhere you go, someone will want a piece of you. And lastly, many people will suddenly pop out of thin air and want to be your friend. In other words, either to ask for money, share your fame, get into your pants, basically to gain something from you. If a small fry like me went through all that, then I can't even start to imagine what it's like for really big-time Hollywood stars and singers. These are probably some of the reasons that pushed big celebrities such as Britney Spears to snap some years back and just shave off all her hair.
Now, have you asked young people what they want? More than anything, they want to be famous.
But are you equipped for it? Are you built for it? I mean, can you withstand the pressures?
And the pressures can have a catastrophic effect.
You can correct me if I'm wrong. What we want is not to be rich and wealthy. We want to be happy. Although the mass media has convinced many of us that wealth leads to happiness, that's not always the case. Money can certainly help us achieve our goals, provide for our future, and make life more enjoyable. But merely having these stuff doesn't guarantee fulfillment. If being rich and famous was everything, why do celebrities take their own lives? Such as Amy Winehouse, Avicii, Chester Bennington, Kurt Cobain, Whitney Houston, and so many more. I understand sometimes we think the grass is greener on the other side, but what if it's greener where you water it? Of course, I also understand it is nice to be admired, to have overflowing money in our accounts. But everything in life comes at a cost. That also applies for fame and status. But is it really worth it? And a bigger question, are you ready to bear that cost? I'd love to share a really beautiful quote by Helen Keller with you. True happiness is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. To all of you watching this, anytime you catch yourself saying you are a nobody, you're wrong. You are a somebody. We all are. I am a wife to my husband, grandchild to my grandma, a niece, a cousin, a colleague, a friend, a neighbor, and probably my biggest role now, a mother to my darling baby girl. I'm certain that you too are a somebody to someone. Regardless of the job you do, whether you're a big-time CEO, teacher, restaurant owner, cashier, waiter, driver, or cleaner, this world wouldn't be the same without you. You are needed. You are important. You contribute to society by simply being you, by doing the work that you do. Without you, life wouldn't be the same. Without the roles that each of us play in this world, life would be miserable. We all need each other. No matter how small you think your job is, it isn't insignificant. Your work, your salary, doesn't define your true inner self-worth, the purity of your soul, and it certainly doesn't diminish the value that you contribute to society. Whoever you are, I thank you for making this world a better place in your own way. To me, you are an amazing person for watching my video up to this point, which I truly do hope you found to be very empowering and perhaps liberating. If you did like this video and you'd like to support my work, as well as to enjoy other special perks, do click the join button down below to find out more how you can do so. Thank you all, stay awesome, keep being you. I truly do look forward to seeing you in my next episode of Story with Trish.